Hello, everyone of the Secret Network community. Today, I just wanted to make a short video introducing my role as the Education Committee lead, what that entails, what transparency will look like between me and the community. Um, so, first off, I just want to thank the Secret Network and the community for entrusting me with this role as a committee lead. I don't take that responsibility lightly. Um, the fact that I have the opportunity to help scale the network in terms of educational content, in terms of facilitating collaboration between all these different entities that have this shared ethos of privacy. For me, this is a dream. This role is a dream. So I'm gonna do everything in my power to work my tail off to justify the community support for me, to justify the Secret Foundation's support for me, um, and that I just want to kind of start there and know that I don't take this lightly. That I really am going to give this my all. So I'm gonna bring up the charter right now. This is something that I actually put together. It essentially outlines what the goal of the education committee is from now into the um, foreseeable future. And our mission is to help create and manage educational content and initiatives in order to one, provide substantive information to the community and new entrants into the ecosystem, and two, promote privacy and the larger ecosystem's mission, vision, and values in the form of educational materials. And I mean, it's most education committees are going to have a similar kind of baseline mission. So this part isn't, all too surprising. When I think about the roles of the education committee, it's really about kind of boils down to communication with the community regarding what the ecosystem needs to grow in terms of educational content and initiatives. It's about um, creating content that's unique, that really separates the Secret Network from other blockchains, and it also has to do with making sure the community understands what the education committee is doing in a transparent fashion. So, what are our values? Our values are privacy as a human right, transparency is the key to unlocking the full value of a decentralized community, coordination and collaboration, teamwork, and openness. I want the education committee to be something that anyone can roll up to and immediately be able to start producing. If you are passionate about privacy and you want the opportunity to help grow the network, the education committee and the awareness committee are great starting points. You do not have to have a technical background to play a key role in growing this network. And that involves responsibility. That we don't take that lightly. That opportunity to grow the secret network and to bring awareness to the cause that is privacy, not just as an ideal, but as something that can actually be implemented. That's it's an amazing opportunity, and there's a lot of initiatives out there that promote privacy, but I think Secret Network is unique in that we're creating the backdrop, we're creating the architecture that can be incorporated into so many different technologies that will directly play a key role in the future of Web 3.0. So KPIs that we're going to be tracking and communicating to the community is unique engagements at education meetings and unique members at the education meetings. So these first two were created because I think it's really important to track the interactions and the amount of activity going on at meetings. I want, in an ideal world, we have 9, 10, 11, 12, 20, 40, 50 people all showing up to these meetings, and we want to have lots of unique contributors. So I want the community to see that the education committee is growing and that it's not just one or two voices shouting at each other into perpetuity, but we have many, many contributors that are joining this particular committee. So that's why we have those two KPIs. Unique content creators per month. It is the job of the education committee to ensure that there are many unique creators. Just like we want unique people at meetings, we want to make sure that there's unique creators because that signals to the larger blockchain ecosystem that Secret Network is alive and well, that it's decentralized, and that there's many passionate people behind it. Not just one or two entities that are powerful, but many entities that all are partaking in creating educational content. And the thing about educational content is it's very unselfish to create educational content. When you create that type of content, there's not necessarily a direct ROI from a business standpoint, right? So when people engage in this collaboration to create educational content for the community and potentially incoming developers, delegators, speculators, whatever have you, what it signals is that the network is actually collaborative. That people are willing to actually sacrifice their time to create something that benefits the whole community, not just themselves. And that is why I care about unique content creators. We want many, many unique people all contributing to this process. It's not a monopoly owned by one or two content creators. It is a collective effort as an ecosystem to move things forward together. And I think the educational committee is responsible for that. And that's why it's a KPI that we'll be tracking. Unique engagements in the Discord education channel. I value discussion outside of meetings. It's really, really important, because if you just have people just show up to meetings and that's the only thing that ever happens, lo and behold, that's actually not the best tell that you have an alive and well committee and community sub community within a committee, right? So we want to be tracking the activity of the Discord education channel. I will be doing that. Amount of content produced on a monthly basis. We care about quality. We deeply care about quality, but we also care about throughput. We care about the amount of output that's created by our community. So as the education committee, we will be tracking that, and we will be encouraging it to get as much content out there on a monthly basis as possible. Finally, QOCI, the Quality of Content Index. This is a work in progress. How do you track the quality of a content? Education committee needs to be pushing all content creators to put out the highest quality content as possible. We have a content review process that's going to be a part of the QOCI index, but for now, this metric is still being created. So finally, just talking about responsibilities. So I am the first committee lead on the education committee, but there is room in the future for many, 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 many committee leads. It's not a monopoly. It's not a single monolithic position. So these responsibilities are relevant not just to me, but to any future committee leads that want to join in and take up extra responsibility, take up leadership. And that's what these responsibilities are. So committee leads' responsibilities are to create and facilitate content creation. That's a given. My responsibility is also to lead committee meetings. That's a given. Examine proposed educational projects for potential fund allocation. Now, this is where things get really interesting as a committee lead, because I'm working in tandem with the Secret Foundation, and the Secret Foundation is an escrow for the community. So I am having funds allocated to me through the foundation, and being openly transparent. That's 2,500 SCRT a month to kick things off. That is the amount that's proposed currently. That number can go up. That number can go down. That is just the starting point. Now, the cool part is I'm actually already going to be allocating funds that are allocated to me to other people in the committee, because I want to inspire others to also be building. I want to play around with the economic incentives of having funds allocated to me. So currently, I don't have a pool of funds dedicated to me, or dedicated to the committee that I can just allocate, right? The Secret Foundation is the escrow for that. But as a proof of concept that the committee lead can be entrusted to do that, I'm actually taking funding that's been given to me personally, and I'm actually going to be distributing that out to see how much growth we can have, how much growth can I facilitate if I'm willing to allocate out to potential projects and entities that are really, really helpful to growing this committee. So that's a fun little side rant. Once again, open transparency, 2,500 SCRT through January 1st, and then we're going to have a sit-down meeting, well, really at the end of every month, to track KPIs, track performance, and all of that's going to be visible. All of that is going to be through me to the community in a 100% transparent fashion, because ultimately, the community is who I report to. The community is the one that gets to decide if I get to continue this or not, if I'm generating and justify the value of that. And the Secret Foundation is the escrow for that. So I'm also here to recruit community members into the committee. That is a big part. Can't just be the same group of people. We have to grow it. I'm here to facilitate community engagement. I'm here to maintain, organize, and engage the community content calendar. It's a big part, a big spreadsheet of content that's constantly being created. Um, and that is really important that that is properly maintained, because if that gets out of order, then everyone gets screwed up. So I am responsible for that. Responsible for checking in with parties to make sure that they post on those given deadlines, that everything stays nice and on track. One of my responsibilities is to research and generate conversations about the Secret Network ecosystem, design, and products. So I constantly am on the lookout for use cases. I'm constantly on the lookout to be able to better describe that which already exists in terms of architecture, in terms of tutorials, in terms of videos, any form of content. I am here to generate conversations about it and to make it better. One of my responsibilities is to generate weekly and monthly transparency reports for the community and the committee. So I will be tracking all of my tasks that I have completed. I will be starting this on Monday, November. Let me check here. I'm just pulling up the calendar quick. Yes, no, November 9th is when I'll officially begin this tracking progress. Um, with the creation of this charter, I wasn't able to jump in immediately on those KPIs. I hope I can have some forgiveness there, but I will be immediately tracking KPIs and creating those transparency reports. My job to also collaborate with other committees. Awareness and education go hand in hand, so I really look forward to working with the education committee on a very close basis. My job will also be to survey the community to meet educational content needs, so I will constantly be querying the community for their opinion about what we need more of. And finally, I will archive Secret Network history and events. I'm very passionate about archiving content. I think it's really important to have proof of just how much has been created when people walk in and say, hey, what has the Secret Network done the last 2 months? I don't really understand what's been done the last 2 months. Is there any progress really being made? And the answer is yes, a lot of progress has been made. And that is the point of archiving. It is proof that we are doing a lot and we have it recorded. So hopefully that gives you a better picture about, as an education committee lead, what I'm doing. Please reach out. Please message me, Carter Wetzel, education committee lead with Secure Secrets. I am always open to dialoguing. And whatever I can do to be more transparent about my role, I will do it in a heartbeat. In a heartbeat. I am the biggest fan of transparency, because transparency is better than trust. If you can just see what I'm doing, if you can see what I'm working on, if you can see how I'm growing things, and that's totally transparent and open, then that trust will be established. But the transparency itself is trust. If that makes sense, where I'm going with that. So, and just to quickly introduce myself, perhaps I should have done this at the beginning of the video, but I'll do it now because I like doing things in an uncut fashion. I like being off the cuff, so you get an idea about who I am. So my name's Carter Wetzel. I'm from Minnesota, United States of America. I am set to graduate in spring of 2021 with a BS in computer science, a minor in mathematics, a BA in business with an emphasis in finance. So blockchain has always been a passionate point for me. I'm actually a published author for a book called Building Confidence in Blockchain, Investing in Cryptocurrency in a Decentralized Future. Spent 3 years researching blockchain, spent 3 years trying to condense it down into a simplified form that anyone can understand. So I've always been passionate about written content. I've always been passionate about video content, although I'm not quite as good as I am a writer. I admit that. It's a point of growth for me. But I've been in this ecosystem for a while, and I have followed the Secret Network from the very beginning, because to me it seems evident that 30 to 40 years from now, people are going to look back at the beginning of the 21st century and say, what the... Sorry, wow, I got really pumped up there. They're going to say, what the heck were they thinking about privacy? What in the world were they thinking about the way they manage data? How could people so willingly give up that which is a part of their identity to others to be able to manipulate and to use openly without consent? And because of that truth, because I fundamentally believe that privacy and freedom go hand in hand, and that privacy is actually a really important business function. It's very important for how our world operates. Because I believe in those two pieces as part of my ethos, I have always been drawn to this project. And granted, I have looked at many other blockchain projects in the space, but I have been completely incapable of escaping this project from grabbing my entire attention. Because we're building the architecture, we're building the use cases that are going to be integrated into many different blockchain products, and we're bringing privacy to people, and we're bringing privacy to everyone, and that is valuable. There is no doubt that that is valuable. You're going to see it in DeFi, you're going to see it in healthcare, you're going to see it in financial products. Because so many of the use cases out there on blockchain are not possible because everything is publicly visible. And that is why Secret Network is absolutely required to be able to scale blockchain to the next level. And I am unbelievably passionate about communicating that truth. So that's me. Be sure to comment below. Be sure to jump into the Education Committee Discord. I'll link that below as well. I'm looking forward to building out all this content, and I'm excited about bringing transparency to every step of the way. So hope you guys have a great day. Thanks for taking some time out of your day just to get to know me and to learn about what it means to be a committee lead. So hope you guys have a great day.